chat?
show. No.
I can't do it in the chat?
I don't think so.
Oh, you're outside of your mind. It's happening in the chat. As soon as people get in there.
Get in there.
Oh, let me switch. My big fear.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of big fears, I'm sorry about that random text this morning.
Okay, I saw your second text before I saw the first text, and I was like, "Oh God, what did he said?" And it was actually
it wasn't bad. It was not as bad as it could
Could
get.
have been bad.
That is my on the list of bad scale. Like that message was meant for my pretty calm group, right? Like one of them is serves at a high position at her church. The other one is very active in the church also. So I figured, hey, send this to them. They do have some worldly tendencies because look, they're kicking with me and I'm a heathen. So it's like, hey, they might get a good chuckle out of that. But if it was something I sent to the other one, oh boy, you would have immediately lost respect for me. What was the song?
The song was "That's What Christmas Means to Me." Specifically, the Hannah Waddingham version from her Netflix Christmas special, Hannah Waddingham of Ted Lasso. Her Christmas special was great. She's got pipes. But I did feel good when it popped up because now I have a legitimate
You have a
contender
legit one to delete
when we get to the end of the month.
All right.
We're going to the end of February, right? We're creating a full...
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the name of the song again?
That's What Christmas Means to Me. You know the song.
By who?
Well, it's the Hannah Waddingham version. I don't know who originally sang That's What Christmas Means to Me.
Stevie.
Was he the first?
I'm pretty sure it's Stevie Wonder. Almost 1,000% sure.
It came off the Someday a Christmas album.
Yeah, because that Christmas album was
Love
incredible.
that song. But see, that I can get rid of this one and keep... I'm pretty sure I have the Stevie version and the John Legend version in there somewhere too. So, we're safe.
Okay.
Look at that. A Christmas song in January.
Listen, immediately I thought, oh, you got to delete that, but you got to keep it because of the playlist in December. It's a good Christmas song. It's a good, and you know it's a good song because it was done fairly recently in history.
But not really.
And a bunch of people have covered it. Not really?
1967.
That's fairly recently, Jessica. People
Our Christmas
are alive.
No, but our Christmas songs, what you don't realize, most of our Christmas songs, that's like where they, except for the old ones,
Well,
like
the ones I'm
Christmas
talking-
Tree,
yeah, like that
Silent
one.
Night, the
Those are
ones
the
based in
I'm talking
biblical,
about. Yeah.
not biblical times, but you know, of the church nature. Anyway, we're talking about Christmas songs on January 30th. What's up, everybody? It is Thursday, January 30th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, it is a big one tonight at FedEx Forum as the Grizzlies face the Rockets on national television. We will get all into tonight's matchup, what this game means for the Grizzlies as they continue through a season that they hope will lead towards a long playoff run. Teresa Walker will join us about 20 minutes in. We'll catch up with her. Adam Silver freaked everyone out, saying he likes the idea of 10-minute quarters. The Super Bowl is set. We'll get her take on Chiefs-Eagles Part 2 and college basketball storylines from this week as well. It is Thursday. We will not be doing a draft today, but we will have our Sonic Mailbag Question of the day. And the question that we are answering this week is... thought I had it, but it's not right here. But it's something about the Grizzlies being contenders. So CJ and I will get into the conversation. Are the Grizzlies considered contenders? That's also our chat question of the day. If you are joining us live, be sure to answer that. Hit that like button. We'll end with some movie news on this Theater Thursday, and we'll get into the day. You know what we say. Hey, CJ.
What?
What's Yoda's last name?
I don't know what.
Lehihu. Yoda Lehihu.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
Is Hulkamania officially dead?
Yes.
When you have over 17,000 people live and you have Netflix premiere the biggest day in WWE history, and meanwhile they boo him out of the building?
Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you.
That is your core audience, and they don't want it.
Tune in to Grind City Wrestling weekly on the Grind City Media app and on the Grind City Media YouTube channel.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, hey, let's have a little fun now. Hey, I wanna let it all out. Hey, that's what's it all about. Hey, hey, 'cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday to you. CJ, I have a proclamation.
What?
I think I woke up this morning, and this is the most excited I have been for a Grizzlies game this season. I think it's true. I think this is the most excited I have been, and that includes the fact that the game starts at 8:30 p.m. In any other circumstance, not any other circumstance, but like no disrespect to the Hornets or to the Jazz, but if one of those games was at 8:30 p.m., it would be daunting. It would be dwelling over my day. But because the matchup is what it is, an 8:30 p.m. nationally televised game between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Houston Rockets is the most excited I have been for a game here at FedEx Forum thus far. For many, many reasons. Number 2 versus number 3 in the Western Conference, the fact that you get a national audience for it, the fact that the Grizzlies are coming off an absolute booty kicking at Madison Square Garden earlier this week, but have now had 2 days off, and you get to face a team that has been one of the toughest matchups for the Grizzlies this season. They have lost 3 times to Houston. That is the only team they have lost to 3 times this season. They've lost to the Lakers twice, they've lost to the Clippers twice, they've lost to the Warriors twice, but they've lost to the Rockets 3 times. And I was thinking about it this morning. It is very difficult for me to call any win in the course of an 82-game season a must win. I think the words must win sometimes get thrown around a little too loosey-goosey. However, if any game deserved the designation thus far for the Grizzlies, it is tonight's game against the Houston Rockets. It feels must-win-y.
Does it feel that way for the Rockets?
No.
Okay. All right. That was my thought. I think you're right on the Grizzlies. This feels like one of those games. You get those 7 or 8 times a year, a game that means more than whatever the outcome is. And just to prove that you can prove to yourself you can go out there and beat those guys. I think everybody outside of Miller is going to be playing for the Rockets. Everybody of import outside of Miller is going to be playing for the Rockets. Almost everybody of import for the Grizzlies is playing. Most of the people who we've seen most of the year are playing. Still no Vince, still no Marcus Smart. I think Cam Spencer is also out, but that's, he doesn't play a whole lot. So, yeah, everybody is as close to 100% as you can be without being 100%. And this game feels like the Grizzlies need to win it to, one, prove they can beat the Rockets, who they're 0-3 against, but also to prove they can beat a good team and they can beat a good Western Conference team specifically, because that's what the vibe around the fandom is. Oh, yeah, it's great. You can beat the hell out of bad teams. You're, 18-3, 17-3, something like that against teams under 500. But what are you against teams over 500? And what are you against the top 6 teams or the top 5 teams in both divisions? What are you against them? And that record isn't so good.
1-4.
Yeah.
Just that one win over the Boston Celtics, which feels like an eternity ago, especially in the context of what went down against the Knicks on Monday. It is interesting from the standpoint of what these games against the Rockets have looked like this season. The first game was the second game of the season, and Jaren Jackson Jr. still was not playing.
Do you want to throw – because I threw that out.
That's what I was going to say. That one's, yeah. I mean, it exists.
It
in the context of the Rockets are 3-0 against the Grizzlies this season. It exists.
Yes.
But looking at those last 2 that both occurred in the month of January 9th was the game where they went down 17 in the first half here at home. They came back. It was the game where Taylor Jenkins infamously called the timeout as Desmond Bane made the 3 that would have tied the game or given the Grizzlies the lead. Regardless, it was a game where we were looking at late game decision making and rotations and all of that for the Grizzlies. They had 20 turnovers in that game, which we know turnovers continues to be something that bites this team at many points of the season thus far. And then the following game, which happened 4 days after that January 9th game, the January 13th game in Houston, the Grizzlies only lost by 2. They gave up a 13-point lead in the fourth quarter. I called it the most wasted highlight game of the season because we only do highlights after Memphis Grizzlies wins, and Luke, our social media superstar, and I were building one of the best highlight packages. You had like a jaw half-court shot. Everybody was going at Dylan Brooks. You had a jaw finish over Dylan, a Dez finish over Dylan, a Jaren finish over Dylan. Jaw had a fancy little move around Alperen Şengün. You did mention the injury report. Şengün and Steven Adams are both day-to-day and questionable, but the expectation at this point is that they would play, more likely to play than to not play for Houston. But again, in that game, the Grizzlies had 18 turnovers and they lost by 2. I think there's this mental block that the Grizzlies have just gotten absolutely shellacked by the Rockets this season. But both of those last games have been really close fights. It has been
6 points.
6 points or less.
Separating them.
Right.
No, 6 combined.
Oh, total.
I think
was it 4 and 2?
I think it's 4 and 2.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Yeah.
They've been right there. And that just shows in sports and the way that we do this, like being right there doesn't cut it. And so instead of being able to feel confident about this Grizzlies team when it comes to facing better opponents, you're stuck in a place where they haven't performed to the entirety. They have not found a way to secure wins. But I would anticipate that the energy and the attention and the understanding of how important this game is tonight will fuel this group. Like they know you have to treat this as if it is a playoff game. You're already out of a tiebreaker situation. Houston's got that on you. And likely, right now, they're ahead of you in the standings. You have one of the hardest schedules going forward. The Rockets have one of the weaker schedules going forward. But on the bright side, you were able to stack up those wins against sub-500 teams. So, you're right there. But it's really just for an attitude check at this point. On January 30th, a week before, 1 week from today is the NBA trade deadline, where we'll see if everything goes crazy or if absolutely nothing happens at all. But it's really a check-in for this team to see, how are you built right now, and are you built to beat a team like the Rockets?
Yes, because if you're that physicality is the thing that people have pointed to with the Rockets. I think Drew Hill brought it up yesterday on Grizz Beat, which if you missed it yesterday, it's a Grind City Media subsidiary. Hop on the app, hop on the GCM YouTube channel, and go give it a looky-loo, because Drew Hill, Mike Wallace, Lane Whitaker were all on the desk discussing this. Yeah, looky-loo. We're all on the desk discussing this game as well. But the Rockets have been, it has felt like the more physical team every single time the Grizzlies have played them. And the Grizzlies have struggled against teams, particularly on the perimeter, with that sort of physicality. The Knicks, by the way, started off the game against the Nuggets exactly where they left off with the Grizzlies, just running those dudes off of the court, up and down, fast break. Back on the Grizzlies, though. The Grizzlies have struggled with teams with physical perimeter players. And the Rockets not only are physical on the perimeter with you defensively and offensively, but they're also physical on the glass. And the Grizzlies, they've done a much better job this year than in years past under Taylor Jenkins. And with this core group being around Santi, Clark, Jaren, Ja, Bane, etc., being around, of rebounding, of boxing out, and of everybody going in to get a rebound. Well, this Rocket team leads the NBA in offensive rebounds right now. This Grizzlies team is second in the Western Conference in offensive rebounds. So I would think that rebounding would matter so much in this game. And so much of rebounding is, hey, how physical can you be without getting called for a foul? And that's what it's going to, I think one of the things it's going to come down to is, hey, can Zach Edey get enough of those tip outs? Can Grizzlies guards come down and secure defensive rebounds when Jaren or Brandon Clark or whomever the big is battling down there to try and box out Sengun if he's playing, box out Steven Adams, assuming he plays, box out those Rocket bigs? Can Bane or Ja or somebody, Luke Kennard, somebody come over the top and grab the ball and secure it so you can get out there and start running your offense? Or are the Rockets going to get a bunch of rebounds and sort of salt the game away?
I remember in those last two games, because at that time as well, the Grizzlies and the Rockets were 1 and 2 in rebounding, and the Rockets being first and the Grizzlies being second. And even though statistically it's not that much of a difference, it's like a 1 point difference, a 1 rebound difference when it comes to the leader versus number 2. But the feel, it felt like there was a cavern between like a strong number 1 in rebounding, and then wow, number 2 must be real far down in comparison to the Houston Rockets. So that'll be something to look at tonight. That third game, too, was the game where Jalen Green had like 42 points on 70% shooting. So maybe don't allow that to happen. And then flipping a script. This game is on national television, and one of the storylines that will dominate will be Amen Thompson going into this game, because he has gotten the push. Everybody is talking about Amen Thompson right now, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. And the man, even with his first game winner for the Rockets in their win over the Celtics, to come out there and be like, I feel like Kobe Bryant. Like, just playing it perfectly, right? No, the NBA loves a Kobe comparison and just is so quick to jump on any opportunity to do that. But you talk about like athletical, physical players. Amen Thompson's just that. However, in that last matchup, Ja was going at Amen Thompson over and over and over again and finding crafty ways to finish around and at Amen Thompson. And I would anticipate a big game from Ja Morant tonight. Call me crazy. Hot take. I think Ja responds bigly tonight against the Houston Rockets with all of the talk, so much talk that we didn't even get into it yesterday, because I just get tired of giving the trolls and the nature of social media more attention than it's warranted at times. But the conversation was enough to drive both Ja Morant and Jake LaRavia off Twitter following the loss to the Knicks. I wish I could delete my Twitter. I say that multiple times a day. God, I wish I could just press the delete button and never go back. But we work in media and we have to stay up on things, and there is a myriad of reasons that I'll convince myself why I can't do that. However, I think there is this nature of, we have seen a Ja Morant who plays really well with the proverbial chip on the shoulder, and this is a perfect stew of, had one of his worst games of his career, worst plus minus of his career against the Knicks, then all of the onslaught of conversations. Is it Ja getting frustrated with the refs? Is it Ja getting frustrated with the offense? Is it Ja frustrated with Ja? Let Ja be Ja. Gets off Twitter. I don't know, it's just narrative building. And if there is someone who has shown an ability to put a little cherry on top of narrative building, it's Ja Morant, and I hope that we get to see one of those like holy jaw games tonight at FedEx Forum.
You won't if he's not a grown man. This is a grown man's game now. So like that's what this matchup is.
Yeah.
They physically feels like they've bullied the Grizzlies to 2 close wins. So how close can you get to the foul line? Not the free throw line. No. The line where, hey, that is clearly a foul and that might not be, right? How close can you get to that and still be effective? And you got to be able to understand how the game is being called, because some of the frustration is, hey, I'm not getting the calls and they're calling it on the other end. You got to be able to adjust your game on the fly in this one. They might start off calling things one way and then later in the game revert back. Or they might allow something to pop off early and not let it allow late, or vice versa.
Game, right?
You got to be able to adjust and adapt to it. You're going to get touched in this game. In this particular matchup, if you're playing the Houston Rockets, right, they're going to touch you. You got to play through that physicality. And on the other end, you can't let what the rest are allowing on that side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball. It's hard. I understand. Or on the offensive side of the ball for the Grizzlies, excuse me. You can't let what the refs are allowing the Rockets to do to you defensively to affect how you play defense on your end. So if they're allowing a lot of bumping and grinding on that side, and you try it on your side and they stop it, you got to stop. You can't let the mental piece of it. You can't lose this up here. And it's not just for Ja. It's for the rookies also, right? Like, this is I
wouldn't even say just the rookies. It's for every single person on that team.
Like, come on, man. You got to be able to handle the physicality that's coming your way.
You can't
shrink from it.
Moments into this game, the first thing we can't be talking about is this. Like, I don't want any of this.
This is a no arms up game.
Yeah, arms down.
Arms at your side. We can't have arms up. In fact, we're gonna set the example.
Be active. Well, I mean, let's play defense.
Well, you got to play defense. Arms got to go up. You got to shoot, so your arms got to go up. But you can't have
Stand in the face.
Can't have your arms up at the refs. And because I feel so passionate about this proclamation, my arms aren't gonna go up anymore this show. I'm keeping my hands right here.
Oh, I always forget with this sweatshirt.
You only have one pocket?
It's a solo pocket. Why do we create
Why is it a solo pocket?
Solo pockets? I don't know.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Solo pockets make absolutely no sense. What the?
Nope.
This is a no what the F game. I want no.
Outward.
Yeah, you got to internalize.
Internally.
What the F's.
Because I think, don't we all internalize?
Yeah.
I know I want to say to people routinely, at least
daily.
2?
Sometimes hourly.
Maybe 3 times an hour?
Yeah.
I want to just rub my temple and look at it. What the F? But no, you can't do that. Arms by your side at the refs. But up on defense.
Up on defense.
Up when you got to go get a rebound.
Right. Also, up when you're getting a pass. So, like, no turnovers.
Look,
turnovers.
We hadn't even talked about the way they've turned the ball over against this team.
Protect.
But the turnovers with the Rockets, not with everybody else. Some of everybody else's is just goofiness. But with the Rockets, it's a physicality.
Yes,
Bane
it's where you're
tries to
talking
get
about
downhill.
a better defense.
Yeah.
Forces things into an out of control situation.
Bane tries to get downhill, coming back over on the crossover, gets bumped, no foul call, and there the ball goes. And the Rockets got it and they gone.
Desmond
Grain. Come on, Grain.
Desmond Bane. Great backup point guard option against the Hornets. Hasn't been as successful against the likes of the Knicks, the Rockets. We will see tonight. We'll continue the conversation about Grizzlies Rockets because it is a big one. We'll talk a little bit more in the third segment. Plus, the Memphis Hustler taking over the G League Next Man Up game at All-Star Weekend. And I think we have to thank Yuki Kawamura for his contributions. We'll also find out if Jaren Jackson Jr. is an All-Star later tonight. We'll ask Teresa Walker if she anticipates Jaren to get that All-Star nod. We'll talk to her about a variety of topics when we come back.
Sitting right next to me, am I right? The one and only Jay Huff. Were you comfortable there in your seat?
I'm great. I've been adjusting it, playing around with the height settings.
What are you exactly? 7'1" or 7 even? Or
I say 7'2" because I wear shoes.
Hey, Grizzlies fans, be sure to tune in to Grizzbeat, where the panel and I break down all things Grizzlies and take a look at the rest of the NBA as well. The show is live every Wednesday, 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
A night of comedy with Sebastian Maniscalco and Jim Gaffigan.
Now, is this a family? Is this your mother? Where is she? Is she in the crowd? You don't know where your mom is. The mom's up there. What kind of family is this? I'm sorry.
Sebastian Maniscalco and Jim Gaffigan.
I went ziplining for the last time. What is wrong with us? Would you pay $200 to feel like you're about to die 6 times?
Live in Memphis, FedEx Forum, Friday, February 21st. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
I did a video and I thought it was pretty funny, and I said, well, I'm gonna post it on TikTok and see what it does. You know, we watched Alabama beat Miami. We had no idea the video was blowing up the whole time we were beating Miami, or we would have kept doing it. Yeah. So I told Tide roll. The Tide, tell them, Willie. Tide roll, baby. That's what they do.
We always gonna get beat because you cannot mess with the Tide.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
How about them
Tigers? How about the Tigers?
Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well, with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Welcome back. It is Thursday. That means it's time to catch up with our queen over on the east side of the state, Teresa Walker of the Associated Press. She joins us every Thursday. Teresa, how are you today?
I'm doing good, and I am celebrating the fact that January is nearly at an end. Although it does mean I've got a baby shower to go to next Sunday. I've got a wedding shower to go to for my son's impending nuptials on the 15th. So is there an etiquette book for the mother of the groom? That's what I'm looking for and desperately need. So if anybody knows, hit me up, please.
What's something that you're concerned about?
Well, it's like, I know that, like we're in charge of paying for the rehearsal dinner. And apparently now the groom's parents handle the bar tab. But it's like, it's just, I haven't been to many of these things in a long time. So do I take hostess gifts to the showers, to the people that are throwing the showers? I know, I love that you can do the wedding sites online and you can go click on the registry. I've bought gifts for people that way. It is a godsend rather than having to go to a store and do that kind of thing.
Thank you for being on the right side of history.
Yes, and the ability to donate to somebody's honeymoon fund, because when we honeymooned, I'm not going to say when, but when my husband and I honeymooned, we went to Hawaii, and thanks to advice from friends, we did it in first class. So it was worth the splurge. I'm just saying. So any tips, send them my way. God knows I need the help. I know sports. I don't know etiquette when it comes to these things.
It's so funny that you say it like that, Teresa, because I was with a couple girlfriends last night, and we're planning I had never heard of this before I moved to the South, a Stock the Bar party, which is like a joint couple shower going into a wedding. And I volunteered for us to host it at my home. And I would have I can throw a party. Like, I don't want to say that I'm more than capable of throwing a party, but we had a meeting last night to plan the throwing of the party, and there were spreadsheets involved and decorations and all the things going into it. And I came home to my husband and I was like, man, sometimes I just feel like I'm just here to talk sports, and I missed some of the girl things that are supposed to be implanted into my brain at this point that should be like second nature. And I was like, you guys take care of it. Just tell me what I owe via Venmo. I will send it to you, and we'll host it at our place, and we'll call it good.
See, samesies.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'm so lucky that my daughter-in-law to be and her mom have done weddings, and so my daughter-in-law to be she is essentially coordinating her own wedding. And I mean, I'm the chick that when I was literally walking down the aisle, the wedding coordinator said, "Go at your own pace." At the reception, people are saying, "Boy, you are in a hurry to get down that aisle," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" And it's like, you were huffing it. We get back from the honeymoon, I go to the tape, and the replay showed I was going fast. I was dragging the guy. You know, I had one of my BFFs walk me down the aisle, and I was dragging him, and I'm like, let's go. Ha, 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 ha. And it's like, just tell me what I owe. Yeah. I'll Venmo you. Can I do it on Amazon? Please.
Whatever
please,
you
baby,
need.
Please.
Exactly.
Yes.
Please, baby, please. Well, you are, as always, one of the most busy women in the world. And I knew you wouldn't be here for Grizzlies Rockets tonight. An 8:30 p.m. tip. There would have been no driving back to Nashville for you. We usually see you in person later in the season, perhaps once we get to the postseason. But I would assume, you have your eyeballs on Grizzlies Rockets tonight on TNT, Teresa.
Well, yes, because let's face it. I mean, I know what the record has been between these teams through this point of the season, but let's be honest. The Grizzlies are now at full strength, it seems. I mean, I know Marcus Smart is still out, but the fact is, getting Gigi back, and I mean, I want to see this team start to come together with all the pieces that have been on paper. And this is a battle for second in the West, it feels like, doesn't it? I mean, it doesn't feel like as January ends that unless OKC just completely collapses, that either of these teams are going to chase them down for the first seed in the West. So it feels a lot like the number 2 seed is on the line tonight. And we know how the first 3 games between these teams have gone. I'm watching because I want to see, it almost feels like, if it's wrestling, there's a 2 count. Can the Grizzlies get off the mat and avoid being tapped out? And I want to see what the Grizzlies bring to this game. What do they do differently? And don't take a timeout when there's a 3 in the air, baby. I'm just saying.
Yeah, response is big, and they have had a couple days off to figure out how to respond from that loss to the Knicks. We will also find out later tonight, Teresa, if Jaren Jackson Jr. is indeed a all-star reserve. He wasn't named one of the starters, but the coaches picked the reserves. And given the play of Jaren Jackson Jr. this season, along with the potentials of other front court members. I know the Anthony Davis injury the other night could present a case where if there was, I would put Jaren ahead of Anthony Davis, period, this season. But if that was a back and forth, perhaps he gets a boost now. Do you think that he will be named an all-star tonight?
He should be. I mean, he was just named the Western Conference Player of the Month, Western Conference Player of the Week. I mean, the way he is playing, I mean, what we saw him do in carrying this franchise last season through the injuries that just decimated that season, and he has simply blossomed even further this season. I mean, even with Bane back regularly and Ja, I mean, he has been that guy night in and night out. And I mean, it's almost like he's almost so steady and productive that he tends to get overlooked a bit, but because he is getting these honors, it's like it tells me that people are watching. And since the coach picks these reserves, I'm sorry, but yes, I mean, if you're comparing seasons, excuse me, what has Anthony Davis done that is better than Jaren Jackson Jr.? I mean, it is that simple. He should be on there. Desmond Bane should be considered as a reserve. Yeah, I know. So maybe it's my Tennessee bias showing a little bit, but I do pay attention to this team. As I tell people, I may not be at your games, but promise me, I'm like the giant eye in the sky. I am watching every one of my teams in the state pretty much at all times.
Your big brother, big sister Teresa.
What's the name?
She's always watching.
The homie from Lord of the Rings with the eye that looked out.
Oh, yeah.
Sauron? Lord of the Rings people are going to get mad at me. I think I'm butchering it. Desmond Bain, to your point, Teresa. What, last 10 games over 20 points?
Now I'm naming off Lord of the Rings characters that I know. Frodo.
Okay.
Gandalf.
The Grey.
Bilbo Baggins.
Oh.
Precious. That's all I know.
Lancelot. Legolas. Orlando Bloom.
Oh, he was sexy.
Hot.
Oh, my gosh. He was sexy in that movie.
All right. That's more than I thought that I'd be able to go. Sam.
Oh, yeah. Sam Gumgee? Sam Gamwise? Sure. Whatever.
Sam.
Okay,
Just Sam.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you asking, CJ?
No, Bain last, 10 games, 20 points per game? Like he's, whatever funk Desmond Bain was in late December, early January, he seems to have worked himself out of it and is playing at a much, much better level. And if he was playing like this the entirety of the season, this would be like an all-star type campaign for Bain.
Completely agree. No brainer. And here's the thing. For people who might be a little frustrated that maybe Jaron doesn't, although he should, let's be honest. Nobody else does. That's fine. What this team needs to do now is use the rest of this season to get into fighting shape. Cue the training montage, work through half court issues, taking care of the ball better. And in this style where they're just, breakneck speed and faster than we ever thought before and tune up, because let's face it, this team last year, the aberration injuries. Okay. The 2 years before that, they had chances, and though it just felt like injuries derailed what could have, should have been. This team has now grown up. The core of this team, to I think everybody, is Tripp, Dez, and Ja, and go as they go. And I cannot wait to see a playoff run by this team with that core healthy. And I think we all are wanting and waiting and hoping with the popcorn to see what is possible if they're healthy. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm knocking on wood, but it's like that's what I'm wanting to see, because two things. That means they're playing deep into the season, and that means I get to come see you guys more.
That is our favorite extra caveat of the Grizzlies making a long postseason run. I did want to get your take, Teresa, on Adam Silver's appearance on the Dan Patrick Show yesterday, and he raised some eyebrows when he brought up that he is a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. He was talking about trying to shorten the game into a 2-hour format, which in his opinion is more consistent with modern television habits. Last night, Nuggets coach Michael Malone, a variety of coaches were asked their thoughts on it, and Michael Malone's comment stuck out to me the most in that he called it Barnum and Bailey in its approach, implying just doing whatever you need to do to try to keep viewership, but was saying it in a negative way. I hope that things do not become Barnum and Bailey in this league. What was your response as Adam Silver just kind of threw that grenade out there? Perhaps we could look at 10-minute quarters in the future.
I don't get it. I mean, college basketball women play 10-minute quarters. I'm still trying to adapt to that. And it would affect benches. It would affect the pipeline, because let's face it, the G League can do only so much. And, really you're worried about the TV window. It feels like when they, get to extra innings in Major League Baseball and put a runner on second, it feels like you're jerry rigging something that, get out from under the hood. That's not the problem. It's, we've got officials going to the monitors, double checking stuff to be accurate, and which is more important than ever. Why? In this day and age of betting, all the prop bets and stuff, that's one reason why. If you're going to 10-minute quarters so that you can make sure the officials have more time to go check stuff to be right, well, that's not the way to fix it. So find something else. Adam, what were you thinking? That if he's throwing that up in the air, it seems like NBA coaches at least, tried to use a
bat it
volleyball
back
term.
down.
Yes, do a
spike
kill
it
shot.
back down.
There you go.
I hadn't thought about it from the gambling perspective, but Teresa, you're right on. I think that you're right on that, where we got to make sure we're getting everything right. If we stay at 12-minute quarters, the games are going to get a little too long. So if we cut that time down, maybe it gives the refs more time to look at things, and it lends itself to more credibility, more validity on the gambling side of things. I was on 92.9 yesterday with Jeffrey Wright and Kevin Cerrito. We were talking about this, and they pointed out, well, hey, it does cut down on the technically speaking, it doesn't on the games. It's still at 82 games, but when you factor in the minutes that you take away from the game, the 8 minutes per game you take away, that takes the number of games down to 74. So to try and combat player rest. Yes.
Right.
Well, that's a thing you should do then, Teresa.
If that's the key, if it's to make it 2 hours, reduce the time of reviews, reduce time at the free throw line, reduce. I don't know. I'd be cool with them just starting games on time. If we're being honest, tonight's game starts at 8:30. I cannot wait to see the game tip off at 8:38. 8:45. At worst case, 8:45. Like that is just bonkers that we have not figured out how to start a game. I turned on the Memphis Tigers game over the weekend. Memphis UAB started promptly, right at, what was it, noon? Whatever time it started immediately. I turned the game on, and it was already 20 seconds into game action. I was like, that's what I like to see. But I am with you on the gambling piece of it. If there is one thing that is driving me the most crazy, I know everybody wants to find a reason for people not watching as much or being less invested or whatnot, but for me, it's the gambling piece. Like, I do not need to hear this constantly ad nauseum in every game that I am watching at every given moment. Like, it is taken over. As somebody who's not a sports bettor, but I even know from friends who are, like, it has gotten exhausting, the impact and seemingly like the omnipresence that has in every aspect of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many prop bets, and I mean, the NHL, I mean, I had a goal change for a Nashville Predator on the next afternoon. You know, the NHL tweets out a scoring change. This goal is now credited to, Philip Forsberg. Why? Because of, they are trying to be absolutely correct to betting. Well, everybody's stories moved out the night before. I mean, who is that impacting besides Philip Forsberg's stats for the year, and spread that across any sport? But it's like, that's the challenge we're facing. But you're absolutely right. Start these games on time. College sports is really good at that. We're tipping at noon, 2:30. Boom, that ball is going up, and they adjust their clocks. So be ready as soon as your broadcast window starts. You're looking live at the FedEx Forum. We're tipping the ball. Let's go.
Please. That's all we're asking for in this world. Teresa, we do have the Super Bowl. We now know it is Chiefs-Eagles for the second time in 3 years. Are you of the camp of Chiefs fatigue, or, we just might see Patrick Mahomes do something that we haven't seen in our lifetime, something Tom Brady himself wasn't able to do in winning 3 in a row?
For that alone, I'm kind of rooting for the Chiefs, no offense, but
that's okay.
I mean, that's the thing. What they have done in Kansas City is just astounding. 12 straight winning seasons, and to win a 3rd Super Bowl title. And, now for those of us who are older, there are some people who remember that the Green Bay Packers won 3 NFL championships, not once, but twice. So it's 3 straight Lombardi trophies, which has never been done before, to be accurate. But yeah, I do. And if it means more shots of Taylor and more hugs on the field afterwards, I mean, it's going to be, for everybody who's saying, well, I'm not going to watch, I'll bet you will. 5. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you will.
Don't tell me that.
At the end of the day, put a wing in one hand, put a pizza in the other, put a beer in front of this person who claims they're not going to watch. They'll watch.
They'll use the excuse, I'm only going to watch for the commercials. And they're already starting to drop. So when Harry met Sally,
I have a problem with that.
I got a problem with that.
This is out of control.
It's ridiculous,
We
Jessica.
do not need commercials for the commercials.
We don't need
I do not
commercial
need
previews.
pre-ads.
No.
There are not trailers. What world have we busted into?
You're telling me we're going to get a 30-minute trailer for
I don't
a
need
30-second trailer for a 30-second commercial?
I don't need it. I don't
No.
need it, not one bit.
No.
I don't need When Harry Met Sally, a 3-part series with the reunion of Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. I loved seeing them, and then the second my brain recognized this is a pre-commercial, I got really angry about it, Teresa. What are we doing here?
enjoy these moments because when you've seen the commercial and it comes on during the game, you have a chance to go to the bathroom or the refrigerator.
Yeah, but they're like advancing the commercial. Like you have to. That's like leaving the movie before it ends because now we've seen the stupid pre-commercial.
Who makes commercial storylines? That's not the point of commercials.
No.
They're not supposed. Commercials aren't supposed to have a plot that lasts.
A beginning, middle, and end.
It's not. Wait, Teresa. We should not be dropping commercial trilogies, right? Like that's just not what we should be doing.
Well, that's true, but you know what? I enjoyed the Hellman's one with Harry Met Sally, and I like the one with the baby Clydesdale and the keg that gets delivered to the bar. I've seen 2 already, and I love both of them.
Commercials used to be good, Teresa. It used to be a bunch of dudes sitting around on the phone screaming, like, and that was it. It would be frogs sitting on a lily pad.
It used to be Beyonce and Britney Spears in pink in a gladiator arena selling me Pepsi, okay?
And that's it.
And I was good with that.
That's it. We didn't need a teaser trailer for the commercial. It would be a dude on a horse with a diamond in his hand unexpectedly, right? Like that's what it would be.
Or horses playing football in the snow. Come on.
Yes.
Horses playing football in the snow.
Or something with Doritos.
Just anything with Doritos.
Just anything with Doritos.
Hey, don't click, okay? If I don't want to see trailers for movies until I'm in the movie theater, don't watch.
But Teresa, we didn't know. We didn't know. Like, we're sitting there watching the TV, the wife and I, and she's like, oh, is there a new Fast and Furious coming out?
Yeah, I get got.
And it was like, no, wait a second. Is this just a Ford teaser trailer for the Super Bowl? What are we doing?
Can you turn off the music for a second? I had something I kind of seriously wanted to talk to Teresa about, which is a horrible segue, but actually kind of like perfectly encapsulates all of this. So, Teresa, I have to be honest. This is a hard pivot. Warning to everybody. Very hard pivot. I wanted to ask you, and this is just perfect because we've touched on the Grizzlies and the Super Bowl and Super Bowl commercials, and we've just been rolling about our day. But there was a horrific plane crash in the DMV last night with a commercial airliner colliding with a Black Hawk helicopter, and expected no survivors from the crash. First passenger plane crash that we've seen in this country in forever. And I was prepping for the show this morning, and it was really hard. Like, I was actually having a hard time just kind of going about with my normal day. And even doing this show, it feels really gross that we haven't talked about it until this point. And I wanted to get your perspective on it because you have been working in this industry longer than I have, and you've seen kind of the evolution of how we handle these things. But didn't we used to pause? Like, didn't we used to pause collectively for things of this magnitude? And now we just keep on keeping along? Like, when did that officially switch? I know we've been moving in that direction, certainly, but this was the first time where, like, I turned on ESPN this morning expecting there to at least be before the show started, hey, this horrific event happened, our thoughts are with everyone. It's a throwaway platitude, but it's a platitude nonetheless. And we didn't even have that this morning, and it just took me by surprise.
It is because, and I'm old enough to remember when another airliner crashed into the Potomac during the winter, and it was just absolutely horrific. The challenge is there's so many options today to get news that I think that people just presume that that you'll go find it where you need it. And, you know, like last night, I was watching NBC. I lived in Chicago as a kid. I watched the Wednesday night lineup, you know, if only to see shots of Chicago where I lived as a kid. And, you know, they interrupted to bring the news. And it's like, well, wait a minute, you're interrupting my TV show. And that's for me as a journalist. And it's like, and why? Because I was already on social media and on AP, and I had this device in my hand, and it was telling me all about the news. So our news consumption has changed. And I think that's why there's just so many other reasons to, you know, and it is sad, and it's tough news. And I think most of us have got enough of that in our own lives that we are looking for distractions, and they're everywhere around us. And unfortunately, that is sad because I do agree. A pause certainly is needed, if only for a moment of peace and silence.
Would we have paused over New Orleans if the college football playoff wasn't there? Right? Like, so much of that for me was...
We barely paused.
And
It was emphasis on pause.
It was a pause, and they did move that game from one day to the next day. And so much of the coverage that I consumed was, hey, this very important football game is going to happen, just not today, but tomorrow, because this thing happened, right? Like, I'm not sure because all of the coverage that I got was all from New Orleans.
Related.
Was all from New Orleans.
Oh.
And that very day, there was another car bombing in Vegas, right? That I didn't consume near as much content on because that football game wasn't there. I think, but to your point, Teresa, we've gotten inundated with everything going on in the news right now. Everything going on in the world we know about because we have access to it in our palms on the regular. And so when things like this happen, it's not something that stops everything immediately, right? Oklahoma City stopped. The Oklahoma City bombing, I remember as a kid, stopped everybody. It's like, hey, everybody, come gather around. We need to talk about this thing. And now, be it this tragedy or others, there was a school shooting in Antioch we didn't talk about. Yeah. And it was just like, we're kind of getting desensitized to this stuff because it's happening all the time, one. And two, we have access to it whenever we want it now.
Yeah. I hate that. I really do. Like, as a human being, I think it just sends us further into this abyss where we don't collectively care. And that's certainly been a growing sentiment here. But even like with the fires, things paused with the fire. Games were postponed because of the fires. Because they were.
If there was a game postponed in D.C., it would be different.
I guess. I don't know. When something that happens where the majority of us have taken an airplane at some point in our life, we've gotten on a plane. This is a shared experience of many of us. And even people who have flight anxiety are always comforted with the thought of the rarity of an event like the one that happened last night occurring, and then you see it. And I didn't see it anywhere this morning. Like, even on like a timeline, it was not the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning. I'll put it that way.
I think this is the other part of it, to Teresa's point again.
Yeah.
We're all consuming this very, very differently.
Correct.
I opened my eyes, I think I put it on maybe CBS News or something like that.
Well, that would make sense. It's the biggest news story.
Immediately, it was big, bright red.
Yeah.
Like, oh, something important is happening. I better pay attention to this.
I didn't mean that that came out wrong because news was covering it. I hate when people are like, the news is not covering this story left and right.
The point
That's
that
not what I meant.
The point that I'm trying to make is you're consuming news in a different way than I am.
I wasn't even talking about the news though.
Okay.
I was talking about like friends. Like, in most cases, like a group chat will be like, hey, did you see this? And the majority of group chats did not mention it, there wasn't I didn't even have something from my parents. Usually my parents would be like, did you see this event that happened? And I was surprised. I didn't see anything from them. And I feel like it's because we just clock it by ourselves and then continue onward. It's an odd transition. I'm sorry, Teresa.
No worries. And it is odd. And it's because because of how much technology we have, we can know at any moment if there's a tsunami in Southeast Asia, if there are wildfires in consuming Australia. I mean, it feels. I think it's more of a conscious choice of what bad news to consume, because you don't want to get overwhelmed by it, because otherwise it can feel like a doom spiral.
Yes. Yeah, I think John in the chat put it really well. Accessibility of information makes a massive difference in how quickly major events get glossed over, because you have excess accessibility. So the next one is just seemingly a day away. And that's a tough place to be in. So, Teresa, sorry to end on a downer, but we love you. And I'm throwing consensual heart hands your way. Hey, Caitlin Clark, she's not going to participate in a 3-point shooting contest at the MNBA All-Star Weekend.
Hey, and I get it, because she wants to bring attention to the WNBA and help them grow. I think the NBA is doing okay.
I think they are as well, but I liked it.
We all wanted to see Caitlin, and give me Caitlin, Sabrina versus Steph, and whoever, Desmond Bain. I'd love to see that at an All-Star game. You know what? Why don't we invite the guys to the W All-Star game and let them take part in a 3-point shooting contest?
I think that sounds great. We'll see if that happens this summer. Teresa, we'll catch up with you next week. Bye. That was Teresa Walker. Who would be the partner of Steph now? If you did like a double 3-point contest, Sabrina and Caitlin versus Steph and who?
Oh,
Give me
okay.
Jokic. Is he still leading the NBA in three-point percentage?
Yeah.
Trae Young.
Jacob says Trae Young. Where did Steph finish in the All-Star voting? Do you remember?
Second.
Second. Yeah, so, all right. So, Steph and give me somebody popular who can shoot, because it ain't Jokic. Jokic can shoot. Jokic is popular, but
Hear me
Jokic ain't.
out.
Who?
It's crazy.
Who?
Luke Kennard.
No. No. All-Star Weekend is about the popularity contest. Whoever finished.
I think Luke could be popular.
Okay. All right. As popular as Steph Curry. Great. Cool.
Okay, but no one's as popular as
All
Steph
right.
Curry.
Can we get close to
If
that?
you want, okay, here's your top 10
All right.
in three-point percentage this season.
Okay.
Number 1, Luke Kennard.
Okay.
Number 2, DeMontis Sabonis.
Okay.
Number 3, Nikola Jokic.
None of them so far.
Number 4, Torian Prince.
Not him either.
Number 5, Zach LaVine.
No.
Number 6, AJ Green.
Levine maybe, but no.
Number 6, Keon Ellis.
No.
Number 8, Norman Powell.
Maybe Powell. Okay.
I would put Jokic or Sabonis over Powell.
Okay.
Number 9, Gary Trent Jr.
No.
I got it at number 10.
Who?
Grayson Allen.
No. No. No, this isn't about All-Star Weekend. Isn't about you being good.
You're right.
It's about you being popular
Being za.
and good, right? Like to quote the homie, you got to be popular.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The great Glenda the Good.
Galinda. She was Galinda at the time.
Galinda at the time.
At the time, she was Galinda still, wasn't she? Yeah, she was still Galinda.
Yeah. You're gonna grin and bear it.
Yeah.
Your newfound popularity.
Yeah, so if Galinda
T.
could come in and make any of those dudes more popular.
Put a little la 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 on them.
Yeah.
Boof.
Yeah. If she could come in and do that, absolutely one of them should be there.
Speaking of popularity, 4 Memphis Hustle players will represent.
Jessica, are we not going to go to a break?
That's what I was just doing.
Oh, okay.
I was tossing to it. It's called a tease.
Okay.
Look it up. We will come back. We'll talk a little bit more about Grizzlies Rockets. The Sonic question of the week, Sonic mailbag question of the week. Do you see the Grizzlies as legit contenders since they cannot beat good teams? A perfect question going into tonight's game between the Grizzlies and the Rockets. We'll discuss when we come back.
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping.
It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
We're going to need, the form rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bane 3, yes sir! Desmond Bane with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans, one exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you during the Grizzlies 2024-2025 season. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Anticipate each challenge. Make a quick response. Capitalize on every opportunity. And win. Greatness won't wait. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st. And you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
It's your turn to drive into luxury at Southland Casino Hotel. Join us on Saturdays to win your share of up to $1 million in free play and prizes. And don't miss the chance to take home luxury itself during the grand finale drawings. Drive off in a 2025 Land Rover on February 1st or a 2025 Range Rover on March 1st. 2 vehicles, 2 finales, 1 million ways to enjoy luxury only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
Derrick Rose was honored in Chicago this weekend.
That was cool.
Former Memphis Tiger. One of the things I've noticed about him, he's immensely respected by his peers.
Yes.
People love him. People love Derrick Rose. I don't know exactly how to pinpoint it, but he matters to people. The impact that guy made in his hometown, on that franchise, and just on basketball in general, he deserves. There ain't an honor you could give him that I would argue with.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
If I was a high school player, or if, let's say I'm the father of a child who's 16 years old, and Mike Vick comes knocking on my kid's door, and Virginia's there also, and so is Virginia Tech, I'm like, yo, you gotta go where Vick is. You gotta go to Norfolk State. Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning into HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify. There's no way in hell a hospital is that damn busy.
So I found myself thinking that on a 9 a.m. episode of The Pit.
No way
I'm on
in
episode
hell.
3 of the 4 episodes that are out, assuming the next one is 10 a.m. because that's how this works. Are they actually that constantly, are emergency rooms that constantly busy? I mean, I know they're busy. I've been in a waiting room. I waited 8 hours for them to tell me I sprained my ankle when really I tore my Achilles.
And you weren't at the Pit of Memphis.
Right.
You weren't at Regional 1. Right? Isn't the Pit
Where
just...
were we?
You were at...
I have no recollection.
Baptist, Lamona, what is this?
Methodist.
Methodist. You were at Methodist.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So Regional 1 would be the Pit of Memphis.
I've kicked it in the Pit of Memphis, and there's people certainly sitting there. It took me like 4 hours to be seen, and I just got up and left.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anybody with like a nail gun stuck to their head or anything like that.
It's weird. They like make it obvious that you don't really see in the waiting room. Like if you have a nail gun stuck in you, like you're getting back at least.
Yeah.
You might not have a room, but you're at least getting pushed ahead of people who have
tummy
just
problems.
A simple like broken wrist.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, tummy problems.
That's what
Although
I had.
a tummy problem can actually be a heart attack. New thing to worry about.
Oh no.
They also like, that show's just crazy. It is really a boom, boom, boom kind of thing where it is just one issue after another.
One
It
over the
moves
top
so
issue
fast.
after the other.
But it's not, but that's the thing. It's not that over the top. Everything feels very
Plausible.
Okay. It does not feel out of control. Although, like, there was someone who had a nail gun to the heart because he got in a fight with somebody at a construction site.
Come on.
And it shot him.
With a nail gun in the chest.
And then you watch them like rip open because again, it's on Max. This is the Pit for those of you who have missed. My Pit is FedEx Forum, and I will be there tonight for Grizzlies Rockets. I might as well sleep there after the game. What time do you guesstimate I get home tonight?
I guess you get home. Tip off is at 8:30. 12:45. 12:45.
I usually get home at 10:30. So my hope is with an hour and a half extra, I get home at midnight.
Okay.
That's the goal.
All right. Jacob was telling me.
Did he just like crash glass in my ear?
He's interrupting the show. Yes, he's telling me there's a quiz.
Oh no.
That's what he's telling
There's
me.
a quiz.
Jacob says he's got a pop quiz for you.
All right, I'm ready for
All
it.
right, Jacob.
God, I didn't know I was going to school
Told him
today.
I didn't either. Throw the pop quiz.
Okay, what's
up.
the quiz?
What do we got here? Super Bowl
losing quarterback since 2000.
Yes.
Russell Wilson.
There we go.
Oh, you
we have to go on order.
No.
Here we go. Okay, so
Oh,
what
that's
year is this?
messed up.
What year are we at? 2000?
We're starting. No, wait. It started at 2024. Let's
All
work
right.
our way backwards.
2024.
So last year is Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy. I like it. I like
We're
it.
starting strong. The year before that is Jalen
2022
Hurts.
Does it go Hurts Purdy? Does it go Purdy Hurts Purdy?
Or Yes.
Yeah, Purdy
Yes.
again. Brock Purdy again.
Brock Purdy
2022.
again.
Gosh, here we go. All right.
Okay, we can do this. It's.
Oh, wait, 22 is wrong.
Oh, it's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G? Was Jimmy G the quarterback?
Wasn't he?
Okay.
Am I lying?
No, you're not lying. At one point, Jimmy Garoppolo was a quarterback, but that feels like many years ago.
I think that feels.
Nope.
Nope.
And that's wrong also.
Oh my God.
2022.
It's Brock Purdy.
And
I swear it's Brock Purdy.
It's Patrick Mahomes, isn't it? Okay.
Jalen Hurts. Oh no. It's
What?
Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah.
That year's Joe Burrow.
Burrow. There we go.
There we go.
Now do we go?
No. There's one more year in between there.
Okay.
There's it was
2021.
that's the last Brady. So Patrick Mahomes.
That was Patrick Mahomes.
That's Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, that was Mahomes. All
Then
right.
Brock Purdy.
Then Purdy. Again.
There we go. Okay, we're back on track.
No, Purdy is wrong.
Then it's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Is it Jimmy G? Are you spelling Garoppolo the right way, Jacob? Make sure you spell. There it is.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
That was tough.
All right.
Okay, now this gets
that's
tricky.
The five. That's
now
just
this
the
gets
five.
really hard. Okay.
All right, 2019. What do we got going on? 2019
pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID, the world was still relatively normal. The Tigers just came off that Cotton Bowl appearance.
Patriots are still.
Patriots are still.
Like we're
is
in
that
a
the
streak
last?
of-
That's the last Patriots
That's the
one.
last. Yes, I would. Yeah, because the other one is Brady with the Bucks.
Right.
So this is the last of the Patriots.
Last of the Patriots.
They are playing.
2019.
They are playing.
2019, last of the Patriots run. They lose. I'll tell you this. They lose every time they play an NFC East team. So they're not playing the Eagles. They're not playing the Giants. All right. So we can narrow that
Chris
down.
paused.
Yeah, well, he has to pause it because it's on a bit of a timer. So 2019, who's been good? We know it's not the Cowboys. Get them up out of here. It's not a West Coast team either. They didn't beat the
No,
not the
it is. I
Seahawks.
feel like it is.
It is? It's not the Niners again.
No.
It's not the Seahawks.
Is it the Rams?
Golf?
Try golf.
Was that the Jared?
Oh, yes,
Come on,
let's
Jessica
go.
Benson.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Okay, then I think it's the NFC, and I think it's the Eagles.
So that's Tom Brady.
Yes.
Tom Brady here. Perfect.
Yes.
Brady wins
'Cause
one
that
before
was the.
that.
You want to know why I know that one?
Why?
Because that was my third year in Memphis, and I tried to pitch that I go cover the Super Bowl because it was the Battle of Memphis Kickers because it was
Nice.
Gostkowski versus Jake Elliott.
Yeah.
Okay. Before that, 2017.
2017.
Um,
So the Patriots
That's
win this one?
the Falcons. That's the.
Oh, Matt
23.
Ryan. Matty Ice.
Yeah, Matt Ryan.
Good job. Good job, Jessica.
Thank you.
2016, Cam Newton. Is that Killer Cam's year? Because I feel like that's the year. Yep, that's the year Cam storms out of the press
Yes.
conference because he can hear them saying how they
And
just
that's
wanted him to win it.
Peyton Manning win.
2015. That you said that's the Peyton win. So 2014 is the Peyton loss then. So 2015,
Yeah,
who did
to the
they
Seahawks.
beat?
No, wait. There's a year in between.
No, there's not a year in
Yes, there
between the
is.
loss and the win.
Yes, there is.
Is there?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Because that's when I was in my
2014
Seahawks bag. 'cause I was living
2014
in
is
Washington.
Manning. So 2015,
Oh, he
we're
can
doing
jump
it in order.
around.
Don't jump around. Do them in order.
Yeah, but 2014 is Manning.
2014,
And then 2015 is
2015.
that's Russell.
Oh,
That's
was the
the one.
interception.
That's the 1 yard line. Yes.
That was the interception.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so Manning lost 14, but he won the year before?
Yeah.
That doesn't make. I thought he lost the first one and won the year after. All right. So, who did Manning beat then in 13? Oh, you're right?
No.
Who won in 13? 2013. Now it's all jumbled at
Yeah.
this
Now
point.
I've lost.
Now
the
Jacob
plot.
is all jumbled.
I know they lost in 14 because that was my senior year of college.
Okay.
And that's when I had salmonella poisoning, and that
Got
was
you.
Beyonce halftime, and I
Got
missed
you.
it.
You just have
Sorry,
terrible
this is-
Beyonce luck.
This is how I have to put. I can't do this kind of thing.
You just have terrible luck with Beyonce.
I do.
Yeah.
Someday I'll see her.
Every single
and
time
thrive.
somebody's sick and you can't see.
At some point there's a Ravens.
Oh,
At
this
some-
is Kaepernick.
Yes.
This is Kaepernick.
Yes.
Shout out
At
Jessica.
the Superdome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lights go out. R.I.P. Jacoby,
Yes.
man.
Okay.
2012. Are we getting into the Steelers here? Is this no, this is not
early.
yet. Not yet. You're right. 2012. All right, so you got the Harbaugh Bowl. Got the Harbaugh Bowl in 2013. So 2012, what do we have going on? Are they? I doubt it. They're never helpful. So we've got.
No, I don't think so. I think we're behind.
Is this a Steelers one? Not Steelers. This is a Patriots win.
What year is this?
2012? Isn't it? I feel like it is. Do we just want to start hopping around and naming people?
Yeah.
At this point?
Let's just name people.
All right, name the people and the year.
Quarterbacks who lost. Eli Manning.
Eli Manning never lost.
Oh, yeah, he won.
He won every time.
My bad.
And won
That's
Super
right.
Bowl MVP.
Okay, so then Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is one.
Is Tom Brady 2012?
Tom Brady got to be 2005. Tom Brady 2012. Who did they lose to in 2012?
The Giants.
Was it the Giants?
Yes.
The helmet catch was in 2012. That was the undefeated season.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. 2011.
At some point, Aaron Rodgers loses. No, he wins. Aaron Rodgers wins.
He's only gone to one.
And he beats
Ben Roethlisberger?
He beats
Because Ben Roethlisberger is
Andrew
on
Luck?
here, isn't he? No.
No.
Andrew Luck, I don't think ever got to one.
No, because it was still Peyton.
Yeah. Ben Roethlisberger. Let's see.
Okay. Have fun typing that one.
Yeah, Jacob, spell his name correctly because we know he lost one, didn't he?
Because he lost to Aaron Rodgers.
I think he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 2011. We're still in order.
Oh.
We're killing it, Jessica.
Damn.
All right, 2010. Who do we have in 2010? What do we have going on?
I'm a senior in high school.
You're a senior in high school.
I'm a senior in high
am
school.
in the process of flunking out of pharmacy school for the first time. 2010, seeking a bit of joy at the Edison Apartments. That's where I lived. All right. Who is on
I'm out.
that one?
I don't know. Oh, no. Yes, I do.
I know you know.
No, I know who won.
Who won?
The Saints.
If the Saints
Because
won,
we
then
always
that's
pretend
Peyton
like
Manning.
they won right after.
That's Peyton Manning.
Okay, so then yes.
Yeah, 2010 is Peyton
Saints-
Manning if the
lost to
Saints
the
won.
Colts.
That was the onside kick?
Yes.
Yep. There we go, Jessica.
Okay.
If you could tell me who won, I can tell you who lost.
I don't think I can go back. Any
Oh,
further.
09. Is that the
I
Kurt
don't
Warner
think I was
year?
paying attention enough.
Not Jert. Kurt. Come on, man. Jert. There we go. All right.
Wow.
2008. Come on, ride with me, Jessica. Is this the helmet catch year? No, it's not. It's not. No, helmet catch is like 04, 05. Because I was still.
No, isn't it? Yeah.
This is
Tom
helmet
Okay, so
catch?
Tom Brady loses in 07.
Ah, good job. Oh, I'm getting my college years mixed up.
Okay.
All right. 07. 07.
This is a. I know.
What do you know? What's
The
going
Colts
on?
win.
The Colts win?
Yes.
This is Manning's first
No,
Super
the
Bowl?
Colts lose.
Did the Colts lose? Twice?
Yes.
Okay, so one of the Colts
Dave
losses.
Was in love with a Colts fan.
Okay, so this year is a
was
Colts
disappointed.
loss.
But I
else
can't
beat
remember
the
who they
Colts?
lost to.
Who else beat them?
I can't remember. I don't know.
This wasn't a Saints.
Does Jacob know?
He made the quiz.
Does
Of
the
course,
chat
he
know?
has the answer.
Oh, Jacob knows.
The Eagles didn't get one there.
Oh, Vance is doing the Lord's work in
What
the
did he
chat.
say?
He's got us 04, 05, 06.
Yeah, I
Where are we
think
at?
We're at 07. So if he's got
He's
04,
saying Tom Brady, but that's the next year. So he's like a year off.
like 07.
Because it's technically the. Is this the 07 season and the games played in 08?
I'm not sure.
Or,
Yeah,
right,
I think
or
so.
like
I
this
think
is
that's
the
what it is.
2006 season and the
I
Super Bowl's
think
played
it's
in 07?
The 07 season. So the
Okay.
game is played in 08. So 07. Oh, man.
And he's saying it would be Rex Grossman.
Sexy
Oh,
Rexy?
for the Bears?
Yes.
Oh my God, I forgot the Bears were in a Super Bowl in
Yeah,
my lifetime.
is
That's
it
wild.
Sexy Rexy? Rex Grossman.
Shout out Vance. Okay, Vance has us. This is
right.
all cheating from here on out.
Okay.
Vance has us situated. Matt Hasselbeck.
Yep.
But now you have to. He only named the. So that was when Hasselbeck was with the
Seahawks. Yeah.
Correct. And then Donovan McNabb.
Yep. That was a Terrell Owens broke ankle game.
I would have never gotten 2003.
What's 04?
With 2003,
Jake
2004. Yeah, Jake Delhomme. I would have
got Jake Delhomme because that was the Patriots' second. That's Kurt Warner.
Okay.
Wait, who's that? Kurt Warner's 02.
Trent Dilfer.
01.
And Steve McNair.
Steve McNair. The Titans come up a yard short.
That was an experience.
Kerry Collins. Kerry Collins of who?
Kerry Collins.
The Giants did get to one. That was the Ravens win. That was the greatest defense we've ever seen win.
Yeah.
We didn't do too bad.
That was pretty damn good.
We didn't do too bad. We would have gotten, of the 25.
Shout out Vance Williams, who really carried us through the last
25,
7
we got,
years.
like,
but of our lifetime. I mean,
18.
not of our lifetime. Of recent memory. Of the last 10 years. I consider my lifetime anything that happened in the last 10 years at any given point. That's how I figure out if I have enough of a memory to keep up with recent current events. Current-ish events, as you would call them. That was fun. Thanks, Jacob. A surprise quiz. I guess we'll take a break. Do we have to take another break? Or do we not have to take another break?
Jacob, in my
What is
ear.
the break? Okay, we'll take it. Then we'll come back. We'll talk Grizzlies Rockets to finish this thing up going into this very exciting game day for the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll get into it when we come back with our chat question of the day.
Good job, Jacob.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on talking, marching up to freedom now.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
So these are a pair of Kobe 11 Elite Low. These were part of a collaboration with FC Barcelona.
I've never seen these in person. The detail on these are amazing.
It's Flyknit, like, you know, the front of the shoe is Flyknit. It's got the lunar lawn, I remember, and the
insole is removable.
Yeah. The Sneak Fest Show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app. Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
This team is doing everything that Taylor Jenkins and his coaching staff envisioned it could do.
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Welcome back on this exciting Grizzlies game day. Our Sonic mailbag question of the day came from Lamond Anderson, and he asked, are the Grizzlies still legit title contenders since they cannot beat good teams? CJ, you're nodding. Aggressively.
Just nodding along to the beat.
To the question?
To the beat.
Oh, to the beat.
I also like the question. Are they, Jessica, or am I supposed to answer this?
You go first.
Well, I want to know what are we calling the people who follow the show?
The JB jury. The JB Juicy jury.
Oh gosh. I want to know
our own Triple J.
I want to know what the juicy jurors think about this.
Tell us, juicy jurors.
Also, juicy jurors, hop in the GCM app. Ask us some questions, please. We're running a little low on those, so it's right there. As soon as you open the GCM app, it's the Sonic Mailbag Question. You don't even have to scroll all the way to see it. It's just right there. Scroll up a little bit. Make sure, because I got fat thumbs, I have to be precise with it. Scroll up a little bit. Push that button. Ask us a question. Easy peasy, mon freezy. We love talking to the JB juicy jurors out there, so please ask us a question.
It's growing on me.
Juicy jurors.
Yeah.
All right.
All rise.
So should we all stand when you walk in?
You already are. You don't even have to do anything extra. I'm not giving you more work.
Does that make me the bailiff? I have a robe that I've been trying to figure out a way to incorporate into the show. Remember when we were going to do the CJ Reed, CJ Gives Advice thing with the pipes?
Yeah.
I got a robe also.
I was actually going to start another bit that I forgot to tell you about when you and Jacob sent the Isaiah Stewart fight last night. And I was going to say you could be like the fight juror.
Our hero.
Or the fight judge.
Yes.
Is this a fight or not?
That man wants to fight people.
Yes.
He wants to fight.
We have definitively put Isaiah Stewart in the
I want to fight.
Actually wants to fight category.
Fight you. Yes.
If he is on that end of the spectrum and Jordan Clarkson is on the I just want to pretend like I'm going to fight you end of the spectrum, we'll have to fill out everything in between. Why I oughta.
Grizzlies. I don't know how you can be title contenders if you don't beat good teams, because eventually in the playoffs, not eventually, in the playoffs, all you're playing are good teams. Gone are the lesser teams. Gone are the Trailblazers. Gone are the Wizards. Gone are the Hornets. Like, you're not getting to play those teams in the playoffs. You've got to be able to beat good teams. They are one game over 500 against teams with a winning record, but you talked about them being 1-4 against the top tier teams in the NBA right now. So yeah, I'm still a lot of time. Still a lot of time to change that narrative, a lot of time to fix the things that ail you as a basketball team right now. But at this present moment, I would say no. This feels more like a second-round team, not a true conference contender.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. This can change. And we haven't mentioned, we did get an update on Vince Williams Jr. yesterday that, unfortunately, it's taking a little longer for him to come back than expected. I think we had reached the period where when they originally said the return to play window, we would be in that right now. So then the update had to be he's now considered week to week. TBD if that means we will see him before the All-Star break. We're 2 weeks until the All-Star break, so maybe we never assume. Just when you assume something comes out of left field and Vince Williams Jr. will play the week before the All-Star break, but maybe not seeing him until after that. Marcus Smart still dealing with his finger injury. If we can just get him a bionic finger, that would be spectacular at this point. But because we have not seen the entirety of this team as constructed, and the number of times I have found myself saying, God, what the Grizzlies need is a big physical wing defender who can get out, and also just an attitude setter, like an attitude. I don't know why I just did the Passport to Paris accent that lives rent-free in my brain, but somebody who brings a little juice to a matchup like you would have had against the Knicks on Monday, or like against this team that the Grizzlies will face tonight in the Rockets. I think that's why the Knicks loss felt so bad, not because you can't rationalize a blowout loss in an 82-game season, and you were supposed to lose to the Knicks. You were underdogs going into Madison Square Garden against the Knicks in that game, but just how they lost and how it illuminated the very real problems that have not snuck up, but like shown themselves more consistently. The turnovers, the not being able to match up with these teams who have more physical players out on the wings, players that you see in like an OG Anunoby and a Mikal Bridges and a Josh Hart, and what you'll see tonight in an Amen Thompson and a Dylan Brooks when you have teams like the Houston Rockets, what we saw with the Clippers and even with the Mavs when they are healthy and operating at full strength. So it's hard to call them a title contender right this instant, but I do still believe they are morphable into a title contender. Like, there are some teams where you just get to a point where you're like, there's nothing they could do this season that makes me believe in their ability to compete for a title. The Grizzlies have not reached that point with me yet.
Yeah, no, I think morphability, yeah, you're right? Like, they get right from a health standpoint on the wing, which addresses some of the issues they have with physical play, particularly on the wing. You get another ball handler in, somebody to settle you down when things get a bit out of your control for various reasons. And Marcus Smart, you get that type of stuff back, and let's see what you are. But you do have to factor in those players have got to get acclimated to one another, because while Marcus Smart and Vince Williams Jr. are out right now, they were playing. Marcus Smart particularly was playing. Vince not necessarily, but Marcus Smart was playing when others were out. It hadn't felt like everybody's been together in quite some time. But if you said, CJ, glaring issues for the Grizzlies right now, what's keeping them from being a contender in your mind? Beating good teams. Well, why aren't the Grizzlies beating good teams? Physical play bothers them.
Yes.
And the good teams can play physical without getting called for fouls. You need more physicality. Marcus Smart and Vince Williams Jr. bring that to you. And turnovers. And I think Marcus Smart can be a stabilizer on the offensive end, preventing a whole bunch of turnovers from popping off for this team, a team that right now sits second in the NBA in turnovers, also second in the NBA in assists, but second in the NBA in turnovers. You need those possessions down the stretch.
Because they have so many possessions, their stats are...
I don't care about that anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's natural. Two things can be true. They are more prone to have excess assists and excess turnovers because they have more possessions per game because of the pace at which they play. But also, turnovers are a problem because we are able to see, and it is how they are turning the ball over and how other teams are capitalizing off of those turnovers. It's the points off turnovers. It's the transition opportunities that opponents are having.
Pace of play don't make you stupid. Like that's
it can make you sloppy, but it doesn't make you stupid.
It doesn't make you stupid.
Sometimes it looks like it does.
It is. It can't. And if pace of play is making you stupid, commit stupid turnovers,
pace of play
then
against
you got to take
good,
the air all the way out
defenses
the ball.
has made this team not look as smart and sharp as it has against lesser defenses. When that offense is moving, it's a beautiful thing. You're like,
but I'm not talking about
poetry.
I want to be clear. I'm not talking about those types of turnovers.
Sure.
I'm talking about the stuff where it's just you're dribbling the ball off of your foot.
Right.
Where you're throwing the ball for no damn reason behind your back, and that ball is getting picked off or thrown out of bounds. I'm talking about those things. All right, you got to cut down on that. I don't want to be like, hey, you got to make a two-handed right-hand flick chest pass, bounce pass. I want to take it to that. But come on, man, some of these passes where they aren't because you're playing fast, it's because like you're being silly in the moment. Stop with this.
Look at your target.
Yeah.
Pass the ball.
Jump stop, triple threat position, right
Pivot.
leg out.
Pass.
No, I'm not saying do all of that, but come on, you can't make you're already, to your point, you're already playing at a
Can you imagine
much
if
faster.
You watched like a quarter where it was like everybody has to do a full jump stop.
Full jump stop. Step through. Left hand.
Elementary school level.
No, but to your point, you're going to have turnovers because nobody's perfect. One. Two, you're going to have turnovers because you're playing at a faster pace. I understand that. You can't compound the turnovers you're already going to have because you're playing at a faster pace with stupid ones. That's where it becomes come on, man, what are you doing? Why in the hell are you trying to throw that lob pass in that moment? Like, settle down a bit. And going back to the original point, I think Marcus Smart absolutely comes in here. It can help with that, where it is, hey, guys, come here. Game's getting away from us a bit. We've allowed like a 8-2 run. Everybody gather around. Hey, calm down. Take care of the ball. Don't do anything too crazy right now for the next 2.5, 3 minutes, so we can stop them from going on, from extending the run that they're on.
And I just want the Grizzlies' 3 best players to be better than the opponent's 3 best players. Like in a game like tonight, I want Ja, Jaren, and Desmond Bane taking the bulk of the shots for this team. Because on the other side, you're going to have Jalen Green, Alperen Şengün, and now Amen Thompson, who, since he entered the starting lineup for the Rockets, I think there's something stupid, like 11-2. But I want those 3 to go out and show we are a better 3-man unit than the next, and the rest fills itself out, you know?
Yeah, because that's what this all rides on.
Yeah.
Is how well
those 3.
How well are those 3 going? Are those
and we get
3,
so in the weeds with everything else, but
those 3 have to make up for everybody else's shortcomings, because that's what the good players on your team do. That's why they're the good players on your team. Absolutely.
The best players on your team.
Yes, the best players on your team have to make up for the shortcomings of others. I think I would most like to see them handle the physicality. Go out there and get some rebounds, please. Not some. Get
many.
Get all of them, preferably. All right.
Every 50-50 ball.
Santi's going to have all of them. Everybody's going to have their work cut out for them on the offensive glass. I will be paying especially close attention to Santi, to Jalen Wells, to Luke Kennard, to Gigi, to the rest of the guys. I think Zach Edey's going to be fine. Jaren has become a much better boxer outer this year than in years past. Now it's going to take somebody coming in over the top to get those balls. I'm interested to see if there are any ball hawks out there for this Grizzlies team outside of like a John Conchar, right? Like I'm curious to see, hey, Jake LaRavia has hopped off of social for whatever reason. Cool, Jake. I got it. Understand, protect your peace, but get your ass out there and get some of these rebounds. All right, like that's how you are going to impact this game, is by playing solid defense and being somebody who chases the ball down when the bigs are boxed out, preventing those physical Houston guards from going out there and securing the offensive board or even getting the tip out on the offensive side for LaRavia. So I'll be paying close attention to those people on the glass.
I'm excited for tonight. We will all be having a cup of coffee, as I just lost my earpiece inside my ear. That was scary for a second, but we got it. We're good.
I
could have had to go to the pit. Local media personality, local media personality lost what she calls IFB piece inside her ear canal. We cannot find it. We're going to have to remove the ear.
Well, what? I'm sure they could just like shoot air in your nose and it pops out of your ear.
Was that how it works?
I flunked out of pharmacy school twice. I think I know something about anatomy, Jessica.
Not once.
All of this is connected.
But twice.
All of that is connected.
I'm excited for tonight. We normally do Theater Thursday. There really wasn't any huge movie news. CJ watched a movie called Candyland, which we are not putting the poster for Candyland
Why
up
not?
because we're not.
It's a woman in jeans.
Shorts.
It's a woman in jeans shorts. Nothing is even shown.
And what's her weapon?
Oh, the weapon
She's holding a weapon.
Yes. It's because it's a scary movie. It's a slasher film.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so she's got a weapon behind her back.
What is it?
It's a weapon.
Okay, great.
It's a sharp weapon, Jessica, that she uses to stab people.
It looks like a cross.
Oh.
I was curious.
Oh. That's odd.
What the thrills of this movie are.
It's good. Don't let the kids watch it.
I was going to say, the only movie news that I saw that came out yesterday was that Jake Gyllenhaal is going to star in a new M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Oh, why is he still making movies?
Okay, even worse, or even weirder, it's an M. Night Shyamalan Nicholas Sparks collaboration. Nicholas Sparks of The Notebook. M. Night Shyamalan.
Who's watching M. Night Shyamalan movies still?
I heard that the one with Josh Hartnett from this year that is the concert, what's it called? Trap?
Yeah.
I heard it was okay. I heard it was watchable, which is an increase from some of the more recent endeavors by M. Night Shyamalan. Really riding on The Sixth Sense. Really riding on
What was the
signs.
one after The Village? Was that not Girl in Water?
Lady in Water, wasn't it?
It wasn't Lady in Water, though. That wasn't right after The Village. It was something right after The Village. And I was like, okay, The Village was terrible and this one's terrible. I'm out.
Was that The Visit? No,
Maybe.
that was way later.
I don't know. I've been cold. Was it
Avatar? It went The Village, Lady in the Water,
okay,
The Happening,
oh,
The Last Airbender.
That's what it was. That 4-movie stretch
was
I
the
was
end.
like, yo, I'm done. I'm done. The Happening where the plants are killing people. Like, get out of here. Kiss my ass. And then you ruin.
I watched Split.
You ruin Avatar. Aang? No, I'm done.
Split was the sequel to Unbreakable. And then they also did Glass.
What was Split? What happened in Split? Was that the one
I remember
where
I watched it in theaters. It's like a mental illness one.
Okay.
It's with James McAvoy.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I cannot wait to see what a M. Night Shyamalan and Nicholas Sparks collaboration starring Jake Gyllenhaal looks like. A supernatural romantic thriller is what it is being dubbed. Fascinating. That's how I define Grizzlies Rockets tonight at FedEx Forum. We'll see you there.
Now?
A supernatural romantic thriller. You've got a couple X's. Dylan Brooks, Steven Adams. back in FedEx Forum. Supernatural players like John Morant, Amen Thompson. Steven Adams said Amen Thompson's the most athletic player he's ever played with.
Probably.
We'll be there. Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow morning. No matter what. Hopefully we're doing highlights. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. We'll see you then. Bye.
Can this fan base handle a loss tonight?
No.